Our Athlete of the Week feature is brought to you by our great friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming. And we're still between the fall and the winter and looking back at some of the fall championships. And we take you back a couple weeks ago to the state volleyball championships, your 3A title winners again, the Mountain View Buffaloes, visiting with senior setter Ali Sibert. Ali, congratulations on the title, first of all. Tell me a little bit about how that feeling has it sunk in finally after a few weeks and how it was to win again in 3A volleyball this year for you.
It was so rewarding. It was so awesome. It was fun.
Talk a little bit about what were the keys this year, you think, to this Mountain View team getting it done?
I think our keys were definitely to stay focused. I think we have a lot of fun, and sometimes we get a little silly. And so I think when we decided like we are going to be very competitive, then we could stay focused, and it was when we were playing our best.
You guys were one of the favorites all year. How was that burden of being kind of a favorite and having a target on your back? How did this team deal with that, you think?
I think we dealt with it pretty well. We were, I mean, it's a little bit of a pressure, but we were, I think, very like we put ourselves here. We want to stay at the top. We're in a good position. So we were just stayed very competitive that way.
Take me a little bit through the season and obviously there's different hurdles. You're playing some different competition, but how do you think things went overall for the squad?
I think they overall went great. We started a little shaky. We had some injuries right off, and we weren't quite sure about lineups. So it was very shaky right off, and we had a few losses, and we were all a little bit nervous, I think. But our lineup started solidifying, and then everything really just started to click for us. And I think in our like regular season, we started just really succeeding.
You're in a pivotal role for any volleyball team. You run the show kind of as the setter. What's that like for you?
Oh gosh. I think it's really fun. It's cool. I kind of get to be in charge, but it's really just for me about making sure the other team stays honest, and I have the best hitters. They are awesome, and so just to put them in a spot where they're going to be able to shine and get kills and be big offensive threats is so fun for me.
What does Coach Tim's work with you on in terms of trying to run the show? What was the conversations like in terms of trying to distribute the ball here or there to different hitters? What does she want you to kind of do?
It's kind of just feel who's hitting the best, but also make sure that you're never just, oversetting one hitter, overusing them, because then that just takes so the blockers can camp on them. And we don't want that. So making sure that you distribute well, but also that you feed who's hot.
Speaking of hot, it seemed like Kate Walker, one of your teammates, was hot all year.
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
a little bit about setting her and some of the other weapons that you did have to utilize.
Oh gosh, like I said, I have the best hitters in the world, but Kate is phenomenal. Basically, just I know that if I get her the ball, she's gonna do something great with it. So that's so fun, and we're really good friends, so we have a good relationship. We're like she'll be calling a hit, and I'm just like, no, that's not there. And so I'm just kind of like, and so we just talk all the time, and we know where each other is at. Like I know where she's at, and she knows that I'm gonna get her where she needs to be. So
Take
it's
me
super
through
fun.
take me through the state tournament run. You guys had come off the loss at regionals. It seemed like you kind of had a little motivation, especially to sweep Wheatland and a very good Buffalo team in the semis.
Yeah, I think we had a little bit of a chip on our shoulder because all of a sudden we weren't like, it was almost like people were like, oh, they're not gonna. And so we were like, nope, we're gonna show them that we are supposed to be here.
All right, take me to the championship match. It's Saturday. You're facing Powell again, who had just beat you the week before in regionals. What changed for the squad, do you think?
I think we wanted to win even more. We were like, all right, this is our game. And I think especially we have a lot of seniors in for us. We're like, this is our last game. I think that was more than anything. Like, this is our last game. Let's make it count. So,
To go out on top, describe that feeling.
oh, it was good. It was like I said, we have a lot of seniors in for us. I think it was a great ending. It wrapped it up good for us. Like it was just so fun, and we were just able to celebrate together and be like, yep, we worked a long time for this.
Describe what it's like to play for Coach Tim's from your perspective.
Oh, it's way fun. She's a great coach. She's she's great to us. I always am respected and feel like I'm appreciated. And she's gonna coach us hard when we need it, but she's gonna praise us when we need it too. So it's just good. It's really good.
Well, congratulations on the title again, and a great season for you and the rest of your squad. I appreciate you taking time.
Yes, thank you.
Our Athlete of the Week honors here at WyoPreps are brought to you by our great friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming. We continue honoring some individuals and teams coming off the fall championship before we get to winter season. And we hone in on football, particularly the 3A state champs, the Star Valley Braves back-to-back repeat champions, visiting with Clay Merritt and Jesse Gibson, who play both sides of the ball. And first of all, I got to ask you guys, has the championship feeling finally sunk in here after a few weeks?
Not quite. It still feels a little unreal. I mean, it's you work for it so long, and then when it finally happens, it's a bit strange.
All right. Go ahead, Jesse. What were you gonna say?
Just like Clay said, you work so hard to get here, and then when it finally hits, like you're done. You don't really realize it until a couple weeks after, but yeah.
All right, guys, tell me a little bit about the championship game performance from your perspective in the trenches. How did things go for you guys? Clay, I'll start with you.
I think we played incredibly in the trenches, offense, defense. I mean, like Cody, they're a great team. I mean, obviously, and I mean they scored 45 points a game this season, and then especially defensively, like to hold them under 100 yards and just to squash their run game, and then it just helped the team out a lot. And I mean, it was a fantastic feeling.
Clay, talk a little bit about the defensive effort to shut out Cody in the championship game the way you guys did. What did that mean to you?
Man, I mean, we prepped so much for such an explosive offense that week, and so to go in and shut them out, I think that was their first shutout since 2015.
Yeah,
and so to be able to just the entire defense to perform like that, it was just, I mean, from the defensive line all the way up to the secondary, everybody doing their jobs. It was really cool.
Jesse, I'll turn to you. Offensively, you guys had a great game pounding the rock, and I know that's kind of what Coach is known for. Maybe had a little more balance this year, a little more pass happy last year in the title game and the title run. How was it to grind out a win and see Smith McClure, your quarterback, run for 3 and throw for another on the offensive line?
Yeah, that was really cool. Smith's a really good athlete, and I think Coach Young really utilized him this year because he knew he was elusive but could also throw the ball. Now, yeah, I just think we executed his abilities really well.
What was the key up front in the championship for you guys on offensive line, Jesse?
I think it was mostly just like do your job, like fundamental stuff, like just know where you need to be and give it maximum effort, 4 to 6 seconds.
I was asking you about Smith, and the reason why is that I might be wrong, but I think you had a pulling block on his first touchdown. It was like that whole left side. There was nobody there on the Cody defense. I want to say maybe you came around and pulled. Maybe it was you, Clay. I don't remember right off the top of my head without thinking about it, but it was that first touchdown run he had. There was like nobody home over there, basically.
Yeah, I believe it was Clay, but still, yeah, it was a good touchdown.
All right. So talk a little bit about just the effort and the work that you guys put in from a line standpoint. You guys don't get a lot of notoriety, but just what type of pride do you guys take, both offensively, defensively?
I think on the line, I mean, like we do it for each other on the line. Like ever since the early birds waking up early in the springtime, you're with those lineman boys, and you get close to them, and so it's pretty easy to keep yourselves motivated when the guy you want to win for the guy next to you. It's pretty easy when the guy next to you is really good. So,
yeah, I'd say so. Jesse, talk a little bit about the group. How would you describe the offensive line, defensive line this year for the Braves as a group? What type of characteristics would you say they have?
I think what keeps us motivated is all the jokes that we say and just like being around each other, but when it comes down to it, we know we need to work really hard and yeah, just do our jobs and yeah, we got Coach Thompson and Coach Kazare out there with us. They're best coaches ever. So yeah.
All right, Jesse, who's the jokester of the group?
You know,
Bryson probably.
probably Bryson Baxter, big old 59. Like Bryson Baxter, and Clay's got a few jokes. You know, everyone's a jokester in the line.
Okay, all right, Clay. Give me an example of a bad joke that you told this year that got kind of a laugh, but it was like an off kilter laugh.
Okay. So one joke I remember is Kale Roberts, our center, gave me a lot of grief about this, but is what do you call a laughing motorcycle?
A laughing motor. That one I don't know.
A Yamaha ha 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 ha.
Oh Lord have mercy. That's a good dad joke right there.
It is
And
a good
being
dad joke.
Did you get that from your dad?
I don't think I got that one from my dad, but he's got a lot of dad jokes too. So
Okay, all right. Well, guys, hey, congratulations on another title. Clay, congrats on Lineman of the Year in the 3A West. What does that mean to you?
It's a surreal feeling for sure. I grew up in Star Valley. I grew up watching these games since as long as I could remember, watching, just giant after giant come through, and then to be one of them is just it's pretty surreal.
Yeah. Jesse, for you, I think 2 straight years all state on the O line.
Yep.
Yeah. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, it's cool to have those individual awards, but when it comes down to it, it's really cool just to win a state championship with your boys. And honestly, that means more to me than any individual award.
Well, guys, congrats on the awards, but congrats on the championship and way to represent the O line and D line, guys. I appreciate the time today.
Thank you.
You.